Here we go. This is CholeraSC bringing you set 5 of the MST Group 6. Savior versus Spear, the rematch. Will Savior finally be able to have a victory on his belt and finally be able to gain a little bit more confidence and inspire us fans to have more hope for him? Because frankly, that Savior poster I have hanging over my bed is possibly going to be changed by a lovely picture I found of Reach on the internet earlier today. Reach does not have a shirt on in that picture. That's all I'm going to say. And if you want to find out what it looks like, go to the SC2GG forums. You'll find it somewhere. Anyway, Savior needs to prove himself to me and to the rest of all of his fanboys that he really has recovered, and there's no better way of doing that than to actually make it into a Star League. He needs to be able to win this game. I am rooting for Savior all the way, and hopefully on Blue Storm, which we have here, he'll be able to pull off a victory. Savior there wearing the black CJ shirt, looking very serious. Notice that his hair is not dyed. This is, Savior being very serious, not even having time to dye his own hair, and I don't know what that's supposed to mean actually at all. I actually do like it with black hair, like him with black hair more. I don't like the whole light brown hair on him. It just doesn't look that good. Savior spawning in orange at the 7 o'clock. Spear spawning in blue at the 1 o'clock, and Spear has beat Savior in the OSL. Like I keep saying, last season, the Ever OSL, he basically cheesed Savior out of it, and Savior is looking for some revenge. Of course, Spear is possibly looking for some revenge also from Game 1, where Savior beats Spear quite comprehensively, and we'll have to see if Spear plays as cautiously as he played in Game 1, or if he decides to basically push forward, push Savior harder in the early game, and not let Savior dictate the pace of the play like he did so well in Game 1. Savior showing a lot of great play, much better play, honestly, than he showed against Upmagic in Game 3, which he lost, of course. Savior going for the overpull, actually. Or it looks like some kind of, it looks like an overpull. So waiting for the overlord to be done and then putting down the spawning pool. One of the options, of course, against Protoss. And he might be going for some kind of Zergling sneak because he has an early gas down. He's probably going to be researching speedlings as his first order of business. That is something that we see Zerg do all the time, though, on Blue Storm. So a very standard build against Protoss on this map. Actually, I'd say this is the more common build than the 12 hatchery on this map. But anyway, I really do hope Savior manages to pick up the temple and manage to play a good Zerg versus Protoss game. I think, honestly, his Zerg versus Terran game has slipped a lot more than his Zerg versus Protoss game. Even though he lost to Free, he did manage to pick a game off of him, at least in the World Cyber Games. In the World Cyber Games, around 24, I think, Korean qualifiers. And really, against players of late, like Firebat Hero, I mean, geez, he's just been, to be honest, rather pathetic in his play. And we are seeing the Nexus first from Spear. Now he's putting down a Photon Cannon, so he definitely needs that Photon Cannon down as soon as possible. That looks like a CJ Entis jersey. Of course, that is a Savior fan. Maybe he's saying something like, I will strip naked and put on the CJ jersey if you win. I actually want to buy a CJ Entis jersey, or any kind of jersey, to be honest. I know Team Liquid's trying to arrange that. In fact, SC2GG.com is trying to arrange that. I forget which team they're trying to get the t-shirt from, or rather the jersey from, but I would certainly shell out a few bucks for a StarCraft jersey. 2 Photon Cannons going up for Spear, and I think the positioning of his buildings are actually quite good. Well, actually, no. Savior might be able to get a sneak around the back of the mineral line. I'm not sure how successful he'll be, though. Certainly, the gateway does block the direct sneak. And Savior going for 2 hatchery tech here. So Savior going for the fast lair here. And this is a rather risky strategy from Savior. It's going to rely on whether he can deny the scout here. Savior could be going for a lurker rush or a Mulelisk rush. Both are possible with the 2 hatchery build here that he has gone for. So Savior taking a big risk here early on. And I'm not sure. Well, basically, it's going to come down to whether he can prevent the scout from Spear. I think he's already killed the first probe of Spears, and Spear now taking a lot of probes and just watching out to prevent some kind of Zergling sneak through. And Savior, notice, has put Zerglings in critical locations around the map, building 8 Zerglings so far, and he's just really trying to deny a scout. We'll have to see what he's going for. Certainly he's not going for 2 hatchery Hydralisks because he wouldn't have gone to Lair with that kind of build, but we'll see what he decides to go for. If he goes for Spire first, I'm going to be very happy because I'd love to see Mulelisk against Protoss. For some reason, I just love to see it. It's always a desperate fight when when Zergs go for the Mutalisk rush against Protoss. It's just such a desperate fight. It's always fun to watch because whichever side wins, and oh, Spire going up, we are going to be seeing the Mutalisk rush, and it's always a desperate air fight. I mean, just think about it. It's like Pearl Harbor. Well, actually, no, Pearl Harbor is rather one-sided, but it's like the air over Midway, the air battle over Midway in the Pacific, 1942. Who will dictate the path, the momentum of the Pacific War? It was just a turning point of the war, Midway. Desperate, gigantic air battles, and we're going to be seeing that very, very soon. Basically, whoever wins this air battle will be able to dictate the next moves in the game. And 2 Zealots coming out for Spear, trying to force his way in to get a scout. Saber needs to push him back, and actually, Spear actually running his Zealots back. That's a mistake. It would have been much, much better off for him not to have done that. Spear has put the Stargate down, but Savior's Spire is almost done, so Savior will probably get at least 2 Scourge and try to do some damage with the Mutalisk. It's going to be very, very close though, and it's going to come down to micro, and it's really going to come down to a little bit of luck here. And it's so far I don't see Spear putting down that Photon Cannon in his main base. That could prove the critical difference here. Savior could win just because of that lack of that one cannon inside of the mineral lines in the main. It's going to be very, very tough for him to defend the Stargate and his probes there, and we'll have to see. This is very, very exciting. Meanwhile, he's put down the Citadel of Adun too, so maybe thinking about doing some kind of +1 attack. Actually, I think that's Spear's build right now, going for the +1 upgrade Zealot leg attack. But this is all going to change, of course, once the Mutalisk get into his base. He's going to know the game has changed completely. Here comes the battle of Midway. Savior, I think, does have the jump on Spear, but no, Spear has actually built that critical Photon Cannon in his mineral lines. We'll have to see, though. This is going to be so close. It's all going to be about timing, as the Koreans say, timing. Here comes the Scourge. They're going to run right into this Corsair. Brilliant by Savior. Brilliant luck and brilliant play by Savior. He kills the first Corsair, and Savior has taken a definite lead in the air battle. That Corsair was essential. Now Savior can just camp over this cannon and kill it off, and then camp over the Stargate and pick off the Corsair as it comes out. Corsair comes out, but Savior has free reign all over the mineral patches of the main base. He has free reign over the main base. This desperate almost all in 2 hatchery build. It seems to be working out for Savior, and Savior could win this game very, very soon. The cannon is down. There's no more cannons going up. One more cannon trying to go up. Just 1 Dragoon and 1 Corsair trying to defend. The Corsair goes down, so Savior killing 2 Corsairs, just 2 lonely Zealots. They're not going to be able to do enough. I think Savior... I'm holding my breath. I'm just hoping Savior doesn't somehow screw this up, doesn't break his, right wrist or something right now. GG coming from Spear. So Savior finally has won a series. He's won his way into the MSL. Savior has won in the MST Group 6. And I have to say, Savior's poster is going to stay a little bit longer over my bed. I'm going to be continue sleeping while staring at Ma Jae-yoon. Actually, honestly, to be honest, really, I didn't think that he would lose this group, but I was still just holding my breath. He's lost against so many poor players recently, or so many not great players, certainly, recently, that I was just, I was just seriously expecting another Savior choke, basically. Well, actually, I wasn't expecting it. I was just fearing it with my, with bated breath, fearing another Savior choke. But in this last game, his 2 hatchery Mutalisk build did not fail him. That very nice Scourging of the Corsair, I don't know if it was planned or not, if he's just moving them, but this time he reacted properly, scourged that Corsair, picked off the Photon Cannon, and looking good there. Oh, a smile from Savior. Well, he's the right to smile now. Certainly very, very happy to see this. I'm sure most of you are very happy to see this result. And Savior moving into the MSL round of 32. So we'll see if Firebat Hero makes it into the MSL round of 32 and decides to pin his name next to Savior once again. I think he actually might have a seed. I'm not sure exactly if he has a seed or not. But of course, Firebat Hero in the last MSL decided to challenge Savior in the group stages by purposely putting himself in the group stages with Savior. We'll see if he decides to do that again. Of course, Savior might be itching for a rematch, though. I don't know. Anyway, this has been a real pleasure casting this this group for you, mainly because of the result, but also because there were some very strong games too. Hope you guys enjoyed, and please, another reminder, please do send me testimonials, more testimonials about how you got into watching my commentaries, or the commentaries of Klazart, Moletrap, Diggity, and the other members of SC2G.com. And especially, please do tell us if this is really your first time playing or watching StarCraft, this is for our purposes. Basically, we want to be able to promote ourselves in a greater scene in the esports community, just to say, hey, you know, we're helping bring new viewers into esports, which I think we are, certainly. I've gotten several messages to that effect. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. This is Cholera, signing off.